for August 15th, coming to you from Meadow Mill. I'm Amanda. This is Alan Filer, our editor-in-chief. You can join us here every Tuesday at 12:30 for your weekly news roundup and a discussion of current events. Please feel free to comment and ask us questions in the field below. Hey, Alan, what do you think of the new studio?
Love it.
Right?
Love
it's pretty great. I like it. We're right here next to each other. We can see Glenn. Glenn's always nearby, which is good.
His eyes. It's great.
He takes good care of us. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm in a mood. I imagine you are too. Pretty much all of our, I am. I'm not. I'm just mad. Most of our news items today involve some form of anti-Semitic hate crime, white supremacist rallies, or other extreme negativity and hatred. And I've edited this. I've edited this so that we're not talking about every single thing that has happened this week, and it's still a ton.
Yep.
So I only.
What's going on?
I just wish that we weren't sitting here preaching to the choir, so to speak, because the people who really need to listen and learn are probably not the people watching us. But for those of you who are here, you may want to go take a Valium and settle in, because we've got real news, real news.
Right.
Go ahead, get us started.
All right. Well, of course, we're going to talk about Charlottesville. We all know what happened on Saturday. Of course, it was tragic and very upsetting for a lot of people and disturbing of an indication of where we are right now as a country. A little bit closer. Sorry about that. In addition to several Jewish leaders and organizations condemning the white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, on Saturday, some Jewish performers have also come out against the violence. Singers Pink and Regina Spektor both happened to be on tour in Berlin in the aftermath of the protests. In their response on social media, both drew comparisons to the dark history of Berlin. Pink, who was born Alicia Beth Moore and whose mom is Jewish, directly noted her Jewish identity. A lot of people were shocked about that.
I did not know that Pink was Jewish.
I did happen to know it.
You know everyone who's Jewish. You've got that encyclopedia brain for that. I didn't know.
Regina Spektor referred to her childhood as a Jewish refugee from the then Soviet Union.
Right, but we've got those Statue of Liberty deniers going on. Without all of that, we wouldn't have Regina Spektor.
Right. So, by the way, if you go on to jmoreliving.com, you can also see responses from our publisher, Dr. Scott Rifkin, and our contributor, the one and only Michael Olesker, about the Charlottesville incident and also about President Trump's subsequent comments.
Right. They both wrote really good pieces with
excellent.
some good insight.
Both of them. Mm-hmm. Information about the Daily Stormer, the white supremacist and neo-Nazi website, was given the boot by its domain name provider GoDaddy on Sunday, according to CNN. The site, which calls itself the world's most genocidal Republican website, registered its name with GoDaddy, but GoDaddy doesn't host the Daily Stormer's content. Nevertheless, the company said it wants nothing to do with the site, following a piece on Heather Heyer, who died after a car rammed into a crowd of counter-protesters on Saturday who were gathered to oppose the Unite the Right rally. We have informed the Daily Stormer that they have 24 hours to move the domain to another provider, as they have violated our terms of service. If no action is taken after 24 hours, we will cancel the service, GoDaddy spokesman Dan Race told CNN. Additionally, according to CNBC, Google has canceled the Daily Stormer's site registration. We are canceling the Daily Stormer's registration with Google domains for violating our terms of service, the company representative said. There had also been reports that the hacker site Anonymous had threatened the website as a stunt, but the anonymous news account on Twitter suggested the so-called hack was actually another attempt by the Daily Stormer to rally readers.
Yeah, I think the overarching belief was that Anonymous does know what it's doing, and if it was going to be hacking a site, they would have done it right and in a really impactful manner. And what happened was just some sort of a message on the site that, someone without experience hacking could have done.
Right.
If you're just joining us, this is Jmore's Need to Know on Facebook Live, coming to you from Meadow Mill. Ask us whatever you like in the comments field below, and be sure to like and share, or get angry and let us know what you're really thinking, because we are. Right. So, continue.
More from the South. A crowd toppled a bronze Confederate statue in front of a county administrative building in Durham, North Carolina, on Monday evening, as throngs of anti-fascist groups gathered there days after the Virginia incident, according to the Washington Post. Protesters spat, kicked, and gestured at the mangled figure after its base was ripped from the granite block. The statue, which depicts a uniformed and armed Confederate soldier, stood atop an engraved pedestal that read, "In memory of the boys who wore the gray." It was erected in 1924 and stood 15 feet tall. according to a memorial database.
So I know Baltimore still has some Confederate statues hanging around, and our mayor, Catherine Pugh, is preparing to tear them all down. And actually, several cities, in response to this week's events, have that still have Confederate statues, are ramping up their efforts to remove those as quickly as possible. That is a whole other debate. Surprisingly, there's two sides to that whole argument. So let us know where you stand on that one. Tell us in the comments field below. All right, continue with all this joyous news.
Right. A Holocaust memorial has been damaged. The hatred obviously is not just sticking to the South. A 17-year-old has been charged with willful and malicious destruction of property for allegedly vandalizing the Holocaust memorial in Boston on Monday, according to Boston Police Department officials. According to CNN, when police arrived, they found the teen being detained by two bystanders. Witnesses told police that they saw him throwing, quote, what appeared to be a rock at the memorial, which shattered a glass panel, according to a police press release. The memorial was rededicated last month after being vandalized in June. A glass panel was also shattered in that incident.
You really do need to be the lowest kind of subhuman to destroy a Holocaust memorial. Yep. That's all I'm saying on that one.
For sure.
Keep going.
Okay, back to the South. According to the United Press...
Associated Press.
Thank you. Associated Press. Texas A&M University late Monday abruptly canceled a planned white supremacist rally on campus next month amid bipartisan pressure from state lawmakers who said hatred should be rejected in all forms despite First Amendment protections. An announcement on the House floor by Republican Representative John Rainey said A&M University System Chancellor John Sharp had opted to cancel an event set for September 11th because of concerns that police would be stretched thin providing security. A former A&M student named Preston Wigginton had been organizing a White Lives Matter rally at College Station, Texas, saying he was inspired by Saturday's Unite the Right rally.
Great. Good place to get inspiration from, really. And on to more greatness.
More bad behavior by tourists. One place where your First Amendment rights won't protect you is Germany. As we mentioned last week, 2 Chinese tourists were arrested in Germany last week for making the Nazi salute in front of the Parliament building. Well, a week later, an American tourist was beaten by a local man after he made a Nazi salute in Dresden. The American man, who's 41 years of age, was heavily intoxicated at the time of the incident on August 12th, with a blood alcohol level of 2.276%, according to the German news service Deutsche Welle. The man was lightly injured, according to reports, and his assailant ran away after the attack and is wanted by police. Let us reiterate, it is illegal to display symbols of Nazism in Germany, so just don't do it.
It's illegal. Don't.
Right. That's right.
If you're just joining us, this is Jmore's Need to Know on Facebook Live, coming to you from Meadow Mill on this lovely rainy day. You can join us here every Tuesday at 12:30. Follow us at #Jmore Need to Know and see more news at jmoreliving.com. Here is our one attempt at a fluff piece this week. That's all we got.
Gotta have a little bit of fluff.
Just the one.
Serves a purpose. Talk show host Conan O'Brien has announced that he will film an episode of his show, his TBS show, Conan Without Borders, in Israel. O'Brien made the announcement in a tweet on August 11th, in which he linked to a news story about President Trump sending his senior advisor and son-in-law, Jared Kushner, to Israel to help broker a peace deal with the Palestinians. Quote, breaking, Conan O'Brien sends Conan O'Brien to Israel to help Jared Kushner. Stay tuned. #Conan Israel, #Conan Without Borders, the tweet said. O'Brien will film in locations throughout Israel over 5 days later this month, according to Ynet. It will be O'Brien's first trip to Israel, according to Haaretz.
So Conan O'Brien is going to be the one. He's going to be the one to solve the Mideast peace crisis. He could get this done.
If anyone can do it, he can do it.
Right? You think so? Right. I didn't know about this show. I've never even seen this show.
Me either, but he's very cool.
Yeah, good for him.
Everybody loves Conan.
All right, so a quick reminder about the end of the world.
Yes, total solar eclipse. Don't forget the Great American Total Solar Eclipse, which will take place on August 21st and spans from Oregon to South Carolina. While Maryland is not in the, quote, path of totality, you will be able to see a partial eclipse sometime around 1:15 p.m. with its greatest extent at around 2:43 p.m. But be safe and never look at a partial solar eclipse without proper eye protection. You hear that, Glenn?
Don't look at it. Don't look.
Looking directly at the sun can cause eye damage or even blindness.
Just don't do it. All right, Alan. Let's just do a J word of the day and put this mess to bed for now.
Okay. Today's J word is levaya.
Levaya.
It's a Hebrew word, but also used in Yiddish as well. What does it mean? It means a funeral. And our usage is, I went to Mrs. Sindler's levaya on Tuesday. You never heard such crying and wailing. You'd think she was a saint.
I feel like our country's in a levaya right now, and looking forward to better days. So
Absolutely.
obviously that word matches my mood of the day. You can watch more J Word of the Day videos and other videos at our YouTube channel at Jmore Baltimore Jewish Living. Please remember to join us here Tuesdays at 12:30 for your Need to Know News Roundup. Hopefully the news will get better in the future. Right. Additionally, you can join us on Fridays at 12:30 for your Weekend Agenda with myself and Simone Ellen, which is a little lighter and more fun. In the meantime, let's all get through this week in one piece. Focus on moving forward, always forward. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and follow at hashtag JMoreNeedToKnow, and go to jmoreliving.com for more news updates. See you soon and be safe.
God bless America.